Hey there, hockey fans. I'm Kyle Anderson, and this is Clippers TV, the Week in Review. Coming up on this week's episode, we'll take a look back at the highlights from Powell River, have a segment of Behind the Bench with Michael Olson, as well as a look ahead at a special promotion coming up on December 1st. This past weekend, your Nanaimo Clippers headed to Hap Parker Arena in Powell River to take on the Powell River Kings. These two teams are normally locked in defensive one-goal battles. However, the two-game series saw a total of 19 goals scored. On Friday night, it was the line of Greg Fraser, Kyle Kramer, and Michael McNicholas that led the way with 11 points. The Clippers trailed early in the first period, but by the time they went up 2-1 in the second, they would not trail again as they held off the Kings 7-5. Now let's take a look at the highlights.
Behind the net there, DuPont. Backhand flick around, and the Clippers able to take it away. And down the left wing, skating onto that there is Kyle Kramer on the face-off dot, shot off the mask of Emo, and they score! Fraser on the Kings rolling 11-7 here tonight is Joel. His shot blocked in front, scored his first BCHL goal against the Clippers, and it's 3-on-2. Kyle Kramer along the right wing, big rebound, they score! Kyle Kramer's initial shot gave up a big rebound, and it's Michael McNicholas on the doorstep there with, I believe, Josh Bryan. The puck's at Durant. He's had it on his backhand. He just had to breathe it in, and now the Clippers back. With Kramer, a shot, they score! Kramer, 5-hole on Emo. It's a door out. Colshore wants the change, gets it to Durantes. Now DuPont, near side boards, being stick-checked there by a couple of Clippers, and now a nice pass up for Reed Sturris, who's got to step on Henry. Sturris, partial breaks, he scores! 5-hole on Emo. But for Fraser, cross-ice feed in the skates of McNicholas, takes it down to the goal line. A minute 19 left in this second period, a minute 04 in the power play. As Fraser on that far side, he scores! And then it snuck under. With 9.5 remaining, the Clippers tag up at center ice. Wrist shot towards net. Pad save by Stepchuk into the corner. Sturris pinned up against the boards. Taking that away was Fitzgerald in through the middle. Forbes, he scores! Last goaltenders pulled for the extra attacker at 6-on-5. Henry, his shot into the legs there of Greg Fraser, who just sends it down the length of the ice. A foot race is on. The net is empty. Benton, the only man back, and a feed through the middle. And the Clippers score.
On Saturday night, the Clippers were outshot 20-4 in the first period and were down 5-0 in the third before Kyle Kramer and Brendan Forbes each scored to make it 5-2. That would be your final score. Once again, let's check the highlights.
And the Clippers back into the attacking zone. As Fraser sets up at the right point. He's got Bryan to his left, gives it back down. Little give and go between he and McNicholas. Now Bryan back to the right point. McNicholas on the far side. Backdoor Kramer, he scores. Sturris gets there on a second try. Penalties over. Teams are back to 5-on-5 as Sturris pass backdoor. Ragas tight angle. Loose puck. Scramble in front. Goal light is on. They score.
It's now time to take a look at the Island Division standings. Victoria remains in first place with 32 points, while Nanaimo and Alberni Valley each have 30, while Powell River is in fourth with 27, and Cowichan rounds out the Island Division with 16. It's now time for a segment of Behind the Bench with Michael Olson.
So here we are with assistant coach Michael Olson for a segment of Behind the Bench. And Michael, you give up 10 goals in a weekend, but with only 5 defensemen. Is there positives you can take out of those games?
Well, we've actually given up 15 in the last 3 games, so it comes down to our penalty kill, doing a better job, and that's kind of been the Achilles heel for us the last 3 games has been our penalty kill and allowing goals against and getting our goals against up there where we don't like to see it and where it's been. So it's just coming down to execution, especially on our penalty kill, and then at the same time being self-disciplined to stay out of the penalty box.
So looking at the weekend ahead, are there changes that you have to make as a group, or is it just execution?
It's totally execution. It's our system really isn't going to change. It's obviously it's worked for us prior to our power play starting to click and work. So it's there. It's just the lack of what we've been lacking is just a lack of focus and awareness of where other teams' players are on the rink, and just doing a better job of sticking to our systems and execution.
One last question. December 1st is coming up. Are you looking forward to getting rid of the mustache, or are you going to miss it?
It's one big irritation. I wish. I'm pretty proud of how full it kind of grew in. But it's kind of blonde, and I kind of get away with it sometimes from afar. You can't see it, but at the same time, I wish I was growing maybe a full beard so my whole face would feel the way just my upper lip does. But it's kind of fun, and I'm proud of how full it grew. But I'm also looking forward to the 1st of December to shave the thing off and be clean shaven again.
All right, that's been Behind the Bench with assistant coach Michael Olson. Now let's take a look at the week ahead for your Nanaimo.
Coming up this week for your Nanaimo Clippers is their first visit to Bear Mountain Arena on Friday to take on the Victoria Grizzlies. The Clippers then come home on Saturday night to host the Powell River Kings in the annual Teddy Bear Toss game. Bring a stuffed animal, and when the Clippers score their first goal, throw it onto the ice for the Nanaimo Toy Drive. Fans, you can get your tickets at the Beban House office from 11 to 5 Wednesday to Friday, or on game day Saturday from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Fans, you can check us out online at NanaimoClippers.com, on Facebook at Facebook.com/Nanaimo Clippers, or follow us on Twitter at Clippers Hockey. Special thanks to Michael Olson for his segment of Behind the Bench, as well as Fast Hockey for the highlight packages, and Alex Ronsley for all the play-by-play. Once again, I'm your host, Kyle Anderson. I thank you for watching. We'll see you Saturday night at Frank Crane Arena.